I was born in the Dalton Post region in the bush, as all of my siblings were. We had no nurses or doctors. My grandmother was the midwifery and she brought us all into the world, and she taught us many traditional things while we were with her. And especially because of my namesake, my name Kotlux was named after a chief from the Tla'aquan region. And I think it's very important that you follow your namesake's footsteps, which I have already. And I've spent most of my time walking the different trails that Kotlux has walked. And became a national park warden after I left my electrical position. I ran the hydro dam here in Whitehorse for many years, and then I turned over and said, well, enough's enough. I built power lines, I built a telephone line to Dawson, probably walked that distance from Whitehorse to Dawson, maybe about 4 trips. And all the way from Whitehorse to Faro, probably about another 3 trips. And transferred over to different parts of Canada with the power companies, and all the way over to Saskatchewan, where I worked on a power line there. So I was shipped pretty much all over, as probably the only First Nations person that had an electrical license at the time, and which was very hard to gain access to, because being a First Nations person, you're always doubted and put down, and a lot of things that happen to you that should never have been. Had it been today, you'd never see that. But having, even when I transferred over to national parks, I took had my certificate training with 20 national parks, and became a national park warden. Took my law enforcement RCMP training in Manitoba with Manitoba Police Commission, passed with high credentials. So I became a law enforcement officer as a national park warden, and probably the only First Nations person that was issued a sidearm across Canada, which I turned over to the RCMP, because I didn't really need to have a sidearm at the time. I knew how to handle bears, I knew how to handle wildlife, I knew the country like the back of my hand, showed the national parks all the traditional trails, did a lot of mountaineering work with National Park Warden, did a lot of mountain rescues. So I became did quite a bit, and I think it's important that I, as a National Park Warden, showed the First Nations person that not only I should be working there. I stepped aside, and right now we have a fair amount of First Nations people that are working across Canada, whereas the National Parks Act at the time stated that no First Nations person shall exist within the national parks or be employed in the national park. So as a National Park Warden, I kind of broke trail. And today I'm with the Assembly of First Nations. I'm one of the chairpersons across Canada, and basically I share the chair position with Dr. Gwen Point out of British Columbia, and we attend all of the Knowledge Keepers Council meetings, all the AFN staff meetings, and so that keeps us quite busy right now. I'm sitting here and showing a lot of the bone tool work, a lot of the hunting implements that was taught to me by my grandmother. And these things I've stored in my mind, and I think it's time that I start releasing a lot of this information and showing people, what it was like to be grown up in a traditional lifestyle, and how we hunted, fished, and trapped, and depended on what we caught, and how we treated wildlife, how we treated the land. All of these things come with our teachings, and our teachings teach respect. Respect to people, respect to wildlife, respect to trees, respect to the land. And I know my grandmother's always said, if nobody looks after our land, she says, you're going to lose it. So we're the caretakers of the land. And this is why we exist. We only take what we need. We only use what we need. And we don't harvest like commercial harvest. We harvest for our family.
These guys were on the local canoe. They went to meet the Hawaiians. They got the canoes in.